Hey, it's Hunt. You found Hunt on Saints. We're talking black and gold football. Do us a favor. Hit the like button, share your comments below, and hit that subscription button so you can get all of our content. Enjoy. Made a move today. Well, not a move. Made a decision and agreed to terms on a new contract for Pete Werner. Saints linebacker signed a 3-year contract extension worth just north of $25 million. 17.5 of that is guaranteed. So essentially what this is a 2-year deal with an add-on year that's not guaranteed in year 3. And it's basically prove it. If he plays really well for 2 years, absolutely, we'll tack that right on. But for right now, that part is not guaranteed. We talked a lot about Saints contracts since January and kind of the direction of where the Saints have gone. And I have said the same thing over and over and over and over and over again and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Saints need to be young and cheap. Pete Werner is young. He's very young. He's only been in the league for 3 years. He's 24 years old. Will play his year 25 season this year. And he's been very good. Injuries got him that first year as a second-round pick, 2021 draft. He only started 8 games, played in 15, and then he missed a couple of games there in 2022. But last year played 16 games and was very, very productive. In fact, in the last 2 seasons, he's made a total of 173 tackles for New Orleans. He's a very, very good player. And $17.5 million over 2 years, which is essentially what we're talking about here, is not super expensive. So in my estimation, this is exactly what the Saints need to do. You've hit on a draft pick. He's productive. He's young. He's not very expensive. You lock him up, and you make that deal a short-term deal that can't put you really in any peril moving forward. This is exactly what I'm talking about the Saints need to be doing. These draft picks are vital moving forward, and we know that there are some that are in real question. Trevor Penning, fair to really question that one. You're in the final year here of dealing with Peyton Turner. It is what it is. But you look at guys like Taliesin Fuanga, looks really good. Chris Olave looks really good. Brian Brzee looks really good. And you got the other side, it's like Kendre Miller. What do we know? I don't know. But Pete Werner has proven himself to be a very, very solid NFL linebacker. He's played 43 games for you through 3 years, and he's made 235 tackles. Demario Davis continues to age, but he's playing at an all-pro level. You plug Pete Werner right in there next to him, and this is a really formidable linebacker group, and I think this is a fantastic move for New Orleans. Of course, they locked up Rashid Shaheed earlier in this summer. They now do the same thing with Pete Werner. It feels like the next domino to fall here is probably Paulson Adebo. Werner was entering the last year of his deal. Same thing goes for Adebo here coming up, and so you got to make sure that you sign him because Paulson Adebo is young and not that expensive. These are the guys you've got to worry about. It's why I wasn't so gung-ho on the idea of making sure that you got Alvin Kamara a deal agreed to. And then Alvin Kamara, leverages a thing, and he didn't necessarily take it when he got in front of a microphone and goes, well, I'm going to play, I'm going to be here, but I just like a new deal. And he was very business-like and very personable with the media, and he said all the things that you want to hear as a Saints fan. I think maybe as his agent, it might not have been exactly what he wanted to hear, but he's getting old. There's no two ways about it. Pete Werner's not. I want Pete Werner around. I want Rashid Shaheed around. I want Paulson Adebo around, and the Saints are doing a good job of locking some of those guys up. The way the Saints are going to get out of this malaise, out of this funk, out of this haze, is to keep hitting on these draft picks and signing them to manageable contracts. And then at some point, when some of this rolls off the books and you've got more room to spend money, you can start to fish in deeper waters in free agency. We always talk about the Saints bargain shopping in free agency. Well, you don't have to do that if you hit on draft picks, pay them affordable contracts, and free up some money. But the Saints just haven't had any free money. Well, we're working towards that. I think everything they have done from a contractual perspective this offseason has been good. And look, I'm not sitting here day in and day out regaling the Saints' progress as an organization. Quite the opposite. I was texting with a group of buddies, a lot of which are huge Saints fans today, and I was like, man, it's just not an organization that feels super interesting. If you were atrocious and looking for your first-round pick as a quarterback, that'd be interesting, even though you're terrible. If you were the Chiefs, you'd be really interesting because you got a chance to win the Super Bowl. The Saints are straddling that line and kind of looking in mediocrity, which is not all that interesting. But as we look at this and cover this day to day and pay attention to what the Saints are doing, they've shifted a little bit, and they're making moves that I applaud. They've done plenty of moves in the past that I look at and go, huh? Why? Not this year. And this Pete Werner move makes a ton of sense. So Adam Schefter reporting that deal just more than $25 million over 3 years, 17.5 guaranteed, essentially boils us down to a 2-year contract. Prove it in year 3. No chance that's going to be a huge burden for the organization like some of these contracts in years gone by have been. I think this is a solid move by the New Orleans Saints to extend Pete Werner. Paulson Adebo is up next. Hey, it's Hunt. Thanks for watching Hunt on Saints. Before you leave, help us out a little bit. Hit that like button, leave your comments in the section below, and hit that subscribe button so you get all our content right here from Hunt on Saints. We'll see you next time.